It is my great pleasure to be here today to witness the graduation of 34 new firefighters into the National Fire Authority. I thank you for the fine parade. I commend your training officers and the RFMF brass band for the hard work put in to this morning's display. Over 2 months ago, you were selected out of 381 applicants to undertake training, and today you will finally march out as learned and qualified firefighters ready to save our beloved nation. The National Fire Authority is an essential service and an important arm of government because it is an emergency response organization that deals with people and their livelihood. Also of paramount importance to government is the National Fire Authority's role in the early mitigation of fires that threaten to destroy the economic infrastructure and investment that the Fiji First government has worked so hard to grow and safeguard against preventable causes. You are now more involved in emergency ambulance services, assistance in the management of natural disasters in the country, and community education, apart from your normal duties. This means that the role of the firefighter is now complex and involves multiple emergency rescue operations. The development of the new legislation to facilitate this change is now ready for the submission to Parliament in the not too distant future, and this new legislation will enhance and support the National Fire Authority's emergency management role in our society. The construction of the brand new fire station in Reki, Sabu Sabu and Tavu that are currently underway will strengthen NFA's presence in those areas and improve on their response time and the service delivery. Government has continued to support the development and enhancement of the National Fire Authority services to the Fiji community and has provided 3.6 million in government grants for new ambulance, equipments, new fire stations, fire hydrants, and for the emergency ambulance services that the National Fire Authority provides in Suva, Nasinu, Nasori, Singatoka, Ba, Reki, and Lambasa. With the new appointment comes responsibility and accountability. And I am certain that the training that you have undertaken over these past 10 weeks would have instilled in you the discipline and the important corporate values that the National Fire Authority upholds, which relates to honesty, respect, teamwork, loyalty, and the very most important one, customer service or service before self. These values needs to be demonstrated at all times as they are the indicators of who you are, your service delivery, and that of the National Fire Authority as a whole. After today, you all will take up your new postings at one of the 18 fire stations around the country, and you must be ready to take up this challenge as your role as a firefighter. Today is the start of new journey as you prepare to join the other firefighters as custodians of our nation's fire and emergency services. And I urge you all to serve the nation with the best of your abilities. More so, each of you will be expected to advocate fire safety in your respective communities. At this juncture, let me say that I have been deeply concerned with the increasing number of property fires in the country. National Fire Authority fire record reveals 106 property fires so far this year as compared to 127 structural fire last year. It is also sad to see the lives of our 6 fellow citizens lost in the tragic house fires today, compared to 9 lives last year. Lives lost can never be replaced. And we, in the fire service, have an important role to play in the advocating of fire safety to all communities. I must thank the families of these firefighters for your patience during these past 10 weeks of training. And I will urge the families to continue their support for these firefighters, because it is very important for this young man to keep a clear head at all times to enable them to respond to the call of duty. On the same note, I advise you young firefighters never to neglect your family and to maintain a good balance of your work and family life. Your success depends on how well you manage your work and family responsibilities. I must commend the Commander of the Republic Fiji's Naval Service for the continued support and partnership over the past years, and with the National Fire Authority, which has yet again enabled the successful completion of this training program. I thank the training officers for their commitment and dedication throughout the 10 weeks program. You have taught these young men to become good and effective firefighters, and we will now work and look forward to their active service in the not too distant future. I also wish to thank National Fire Authority's Board Chairman and his team for this great achievement. Lastly, but not the least, allow me as a minister responsible for Fiji's fire services to advocate with much urgency the need for everyone to promote fire safety in all that we do, and let us all help to minimize the accidents. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been noted, as I have said earlier on, that we all have a responsibility to ensure fire safety, no matter where we are, and let us all work together to keep Fiji fire safe. Let me read. Fiji fire safe. With these few words, ladies and gentlemen, my congratulations once again to our new batch of 34 new firefighters recruits of 2016, and my gratitude to you all for your attendance here today. Vinaka, and thank you.